When younger, attractive women like Lauren Sanchez marry older, rich guys, there's a reason. When rich people continue to lose money, there's a reason as well. Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world, will lose a projected $100 million a year, every year, on the Washington Post. He doesn't care. All the yachts and rocket ship rides won't buy you influence in Washington. The Washington Post, though, is Bezos' most valuable asset, but it's one nobody ever talks about. Bezos now isn't just rich. He's powerful in the nation's capital. He controls what the nation's capital reads. Of course, Vogue wants to take pictures of him and his new fiancée, and you don't have to look far to see Bezos' worldview. It's not about being rich and being talked about. Just look at the Washington Post and what he influences. From the editorial page, opinion, a new nuclear arms race is here. How to slow it down. In other words, America should slow a nuclear arms race in the worldview of Mr. Bezos, not win it. Or his view on Israel's war with Hamas. In one article, at least 11,100 Palestinians have been killed in the territory since October 7th. That is the Washington Post directly quoting a terrorist organization which calls civilians killed martyrs to be celebrated, and absolutely no questioning by the Washington Post of Hamas's numbers or disclaimer. Yet the same article treats Israel's claims of Hamas using hospitals as, quote, a claim for which Israel has yet to provide significant evidence. We showed you the evidence earlier in the show, like videos of the tunnels. And it's not a one-off thing. From the Washington Post's Twitter account, terror organizations are now experts in war crimes. Here's the Washington Post tweet. The forced evacuation of Al-Shifa Hospital in northern Gaza by Israeli forces Saturday morning, as well as its use and destruction by the Israeli Defense Forces, constitute war crimes and crimes against humanity, a senior Hamas representative said. That's right. Jeff Bezos' company cites Hamas as a credible source on war crimes. No, we didn't make the headline up. It's real. Joining me now, author of the new book, Controligarchs, Seamus Bruner, is with us. I don't know, Seamus, are we right to say that this is an extension, the Washington Post is an extension of Elon Musk's worldview?
You're absolutely right, Leland, and everybody kind of knows Jeff Bezos as this quiet, when he's not flexing on the pages of Vogue, this quiet, he's thought to be this libertarian type, but we followed the money and we showed that he is spending it on all of these left-wing priorities. And so the pages of the Washington Post speak true for Jeff Bezos' worldview. And he has every opportunity to turn things around at the Washington Post, but he doesn't. And so he's not really this libertarian. He's really a left-winger.
Yeah, I think about sort of all the things you can purchase. And look, Musk purchased Twitter because he wants to have a hand in the conversation. We did that earlier. I'm wondering almost if Jeff Bezos' move of buying the Washington Post, which is what every senator and member of the House of Representatives reads every day, they read it at the White House, if at any point the U.S. government or a senator gets the bright idea of investigating Amazon and what it's doing to small businesses, Bezos doesn't even have to threaten or donate. He just has the Washington Post. It's the ultimate power, really, right?
That's right, and it's also the favored place for the deep state operatives inside of whether it's the Justice Department or the Pentagon to release their leaks. And so that's not a coincidence. I mean, Amazon, has these massive contracts with the Pentagon and other, intelligence agency types hosting on Amazon cloud services. I mean, $10 billion Jedi cloud service contracts. There's major contracts. And so having the main reading magazine or, periodical, rag of the deep state certainly helps with that.
Yeah, well, the money goes both ways, always, right? The money, and I think about it. Elon Musk paid, $40 billion for Twitter. Jeff Bezos paid $250 million for the Washington Post. He spends $100 million a year. It's pocket change, really, to be able to have this level of influence in Washington. Is there anything for I don't even know who it would be to do something about it?
Well, certainly. I mean, you gotta spread the facts. I mean, another thing he spends a ton of money on is this $10 billion Bezos Earth Fund that is ostensibly saving the planet. It's an ambitious goal, but then you go and look at Jeff Bezos' personal investments, and it's things like the alternative proteins, aka fake meats. And so, like, these climate change projects really, I mean, he's got the electric vehicles with his Rivian investment. These climate change type investments benefit from government policy. And so when the government goes to ban gas vehicles, like Gavin Newsom in California has announced coming for the year 2030, and other climate change type policies, you got to look at who's holding the investments that benefit. And Jeff Bezos is a big investor like that.
Yeah, and then who's writing the articles about the government policy and investigating the government policy?
Exactly.
Look, from a business perspective, it's smart, right? All of a sudden, you're going to get these $10 billion contracts just because you invest $100 million a year in the Washington Post to make sure you're never investigated. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.